Hello friends, welcome back to another session. This time I will present to you my financial predictions for cryptocurrencies for May. We're covering Bitcoin, AVAX, and I'll have another one. I still can decide, and I'm also kinda short in time today, so I really couldn't make the prediction, the third prediction. So that's going to be I'm going to publish it probably tomorrow on the community page so that you guys can see it. And I'll probably also post it on Twitter tomorrow morning, possibly. But yeah, I still can't decide. It's kinda difficult because many people are requesting many cryptocurrencies, and some of them have high enough votes, but not high enough to actually be the third winning cryptocurrency. So it's going to be crazy. So it's going to be a very, very crazy month. I've been talking about this for many weeks, many months already. I in fact told many people in my Twitter profile and some others who I have told you, it's going to be very crazy what happens in May. Not just on cryptocurrencies, because I do have some geopolitical predictions for myself, because I don't know, it's funny, it's entertaining to do that, and it's some stuff that I cannot share. But it's going to get very, very crazy on May and in the following months. But especially I think May is going to be the actual kind of the opening of a sequence of events. It's going to be crazy. So yeah guys, I'll just present these predictions, Bitcoin and AVAX. Like I said, I will present the other ones next video, which is possibly going to be maybe Ethereum, I don't know, or maybe Solana, because like I said, many people are requesting several cryptocurrencies and some of them are tied in votes. So I will present only 2 cryptocurrencies today, but yeah, like I told you, I will publish the third chart tomorrow. So right off the bat, we see that the Bitcoin chart shows way more opportunities for good pumps. Way more. Look at this. We have 5 green boxes compared to only 3 red boxes, 2 yellow boxes. The 2 yellow ones, remember guys, they are usually very volatile days that will make very good profits for both ways, for both long and shorts. For example, I have some examples, I believe, in the May prediction. You can see the second right here of April is fully on yellow. This is second. You can see it brings really, really good in the first initial hours. It's a very nice pump. You can make a lot of money doing some perpetuals with this. And then right after reaching this peak, crashing really hard. So also making a lot of money shorting Bitcoin. So I'm not saying it's going to be the exact same scenario, but you get the picture, right? We're going to see some days where the price goes up and then crashes really hard, or vice versa. It can go crashing really hard in the beginning and then to recover very strongly afterwards. So that's what we can maybe see on yellow boxes. Other than that, the first 3 days are going to be kind of hard to lecture. It's going to be possibly some range and undecided volatility. For example, Bitcoin on these last days was basically in that undecided volatility range, which I also predicted in yellow circles and yellow boxes. So it was ranging up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, but the overall trend is in range. You can clearly see it. So maybe that's going to happen on this specific circle, maybe again on the 2021. Some of these days will go volatile. For example, 4 or 5, we can see the first opportunity zone. It could bring one of these days a really nice pump. I think it's going to happen more likely on the 5, because the 4 is completely red. But we'll have to see. It can affect both days because, you know, it's usually alternative days, but in some scenarios, it's not the most likely outcome, but in some scenarios we sometimes get 2 of these green days completely consecutive. So afterwards I see a correction 6 to 7. chilling a little bit after that. And around the 8th will begin a very good opportunity to actually score some consecutive green days. We have 9 or 10 and 11 or 12. If we're very lucky, we can see even 4 consecutive green days. That's going to be very hard to see that. But if things go right in May, like I'm expecting, maybe this week in these days could be very good. We can see maybe the 8th green, the 9, 10, and possibly the 11. So we're talking about 4 consecutive days right here, but maybe we'll get some combination, for example, 9, 10, and 11, or 10, 11, and 12, I don't know. But this period of days is going to be very, very good, I believe. Now afterwards come kind of a correction, the 12 or 13, the 14 or 15. But some of these days, as you can notice, are also slightly on the green energy. So we're going to see volatile days on the 13, on the 15, maybe providing some opportunities for longing on those days as well. And by the 14 to 15, one of these days we'll see a very good pump as well. So again, just like the other example, I believe the 15 in this case is the most likely candidate to actually see those nice movements. So after that we see some chilling, another green box, possibly a good I don't know, a couple days maybe, 17 or 18, and the circle says 18 or 19. So one of these days, and if we're very lucky, actually we can get 2 days consecutive green days. Now after that, this comes, it's going to be the first red box. That doesn't mean it's going to be the first really hard correction. It could happen in one of these circles, especially the volatile circles, for example 13, 15, or the 5 of May. But usually it's this is why it's kind of crazy for me, because the red boxes are usually in balance with the green boxes. We can see, I mean, I was expecting a red box actually around these days, 7 or 6 or 7, but it's kind of crazy. So the first green box, 19 to the 22, possibly the 22 is going to be the most dangerous, maybe the 23, but that's outside the scope of this box. So possibly only for the 22, but it can happen also maybe on the 20, maybe on the 19. It's going to be a massive range of days because we're talking more than 4 days. So it's very likely to see 2 red days, very powerful corrections within this range of days. After that, we can see maybe a recovery, 23 to 24, one of these days, and another correction and another red box by the 25 or 26, which correlates perfectly with this red circle. So it's very likely to happen within this time period. And after that, the yellow box, like I told you, I already detailed what it could look like, and also overlapping a little bit with the red box 28, 29. So yeah, it's going to be a volatile end of the month, I believe, and potentially a very strong correction in the last days. So we can see that. But if we're very lucky and if we get all of these green boxes right and very, very clear, we can see easily a green month for this May 2025. So that's all I have for the Bitcoin prediction. Now let's take a look at the AVAX prediction. Now the AVAX chart is very, very crazy as well. I usually see way more. I mean, it was kind of hard to read, to be honest, because AVAX. What this basically tells me is that AVAX will underperform. Okay, and it will probably have to be carried by Bitcoin, because it's not like XRP. It's not like Solana, which are, in my experience, covering these cryptocurrencies, the ones that really do like to demarcate, I mean, to diverge from Bitcoin. They have more independence in that sense. And AVAX, especially for this month of May, doesn't look really good. In any case, we can see that it could try to replicate what Bitcoin does, but at the same time, it might not do that successfully. So for example, AVAX sees a red box right away on the 2nd or the 3rd of May. So we're going to see a correction in one of these days, possibly not maybe as bad because the circle is not fully in red, it's in yellow. So maybe we'll see still some kind of recoveries in those days, but we can see maybe a very sharp drop somewhere around those days. Maybe can continue to extend to the 4 or 5. One of these days could also bring corrections, and it's going to be possibly, we can see the potential of seeing consecutive red days. After that, we see the 5 is possibly going to be volatile. The 6 could be an uptrend with some range maybe, or some volatility, who knows, because that's exactly what the yellow circle really is, guys. I mean, you guys are already getting the sense of my charts. Okay, you guys are starting to notice the volatility patterns. But yeah, plain yellow circles are kind of hard to define if they're going to be red in range or volatile. So after that, we can see maybe the price go even higher around the 7 or 8. And the 8 is on yellow box, so you already know what's going to happen. And this from the 7 to the 9, we're going to see a very strong correction. So the 8 is going to be a very volatile day, I believe. But it can go both ways. But really, we can see the beginning of it's going to be a dangerous period of days right here. 9, 10, 11, possibly one of these days are going to be continuing downside. It's going to be a correction that could extend. And it's going to be, if it hits right here on this green box, we can see volatile days. So what I'm really expecting for those days is that we can see a day that will provide opportunities for both long and short for that day alone. Okay. After that comes a range of days, kind of sleepy range of days, 12, 13, 14, 3 days completely in yellow. So I'm expecting the price to relax around these days. Not all of them, they will not be in range, all of them, but maybe 2 or 1 at least. So we can see some cool down. After that, 15 or 16 a green, and 16 to the 17 one of these days, another very likely nice pump. So it's going to be possibly going to happen most likely on this 16. Again, after that comes another period of days where it's going to be kind of hard. The price is going to weaken. 19, 20, 21, all of these are in red. Another yellow box on the 19, so it's going to be possibly volatile. Maybe not as good, but we'll have to see. And right around the beginning of May for AVAX, we're going to see maybe some kind of recovery, but this is kind of, I mean, it could happen, especially because May looks like it's going to be a very crazy month. It could bring some really unexpected things, like I said, not just on cryptocurrencies, but also on overall finances, the markets in general, and also geopolitically. So anything can really happen. So I really will not be surprised if we see very, very good pumps, green days, right around the final days of May. But yeah, overall, the final circle is completely in yellow. 29, 30, and 31, one of these days possibly will be volatile, but mostly I believe will be in range. Okay, so that's basically all I have. You guys know, as we continue these weeks and days, I will provide more updates as to what's happening, and I'll bring more focus on some certain days that will require some of that special analysis. So yeah, guys, having said that, I wish you a good day. Like I said, I'll bring the third prediction very soon. It's going to be posted on the community section, so look out for that. And I'll see you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Take care.